Hey, Randy Joe here, and welcome back to the channel, where for the month of November, we have been doing nothing but listening to punk albums for November Punk. Now, of course, today, we're going to be checking out a bit more of a modern punk LP, a post-punk LP, and that being the 2018 Parquet Courts album, Wide Awake. Now, Wide Awake is a rather short LP, 13 tracks and 38 minutes, underneath that average 40-minute mark, and it is a post-punk LP that garnered a lot of praise when it came out, and I still see it brought up in punk conversations or best LPs of the 2010s. I don't really know what to expect from this record, but I am excited to finally give it a listen here today on the channel. Kicking it off, here's the first track, Total Football. Ooh. Picking up the pace here. Great bass line here too, that just above it all kind of mix. I love that very unified sound. It sounds very kind of disturbed, maybe kind of controlled. A little bit more artsy. You know, I don't know, there's like an artistic flair to this one. Like art punk. Oh! Vocally kind of, you know, very punk, very almost Idols-esque, but also I like this filter here, similar to that of like the Strokes, you know, and muffled and shouty. Oh, loving the shift in tempo throughout this track. What did Tom Brady do to them? I guess they just... Maybe they don't like football, or maybe they love football. I don't know. Very bizarre opening track, very artsy, very rock-focused, leaning a bit more into an indie rock flair, but certainly still has that kind of dance punk, art punk fashion. Here's Violence. Also reminds me of LCD Sound System to an extent.
Dancing rooted in our past, it tempts us to become lost in its darkness. It stinks like the piss test you were forced to take just before you were told you didn't meet the standards of integrity that this organization strives to maintain. Buying on folk songs about ATM machines that produce the likeness of the blaze of the Trail of Tears, issuing overdraft fees.
Love the very like kind of call to action performance here, feeling similar to Scott Gilheron, who we covered on the channel not too long ago. Reminded me of that debut. Reminded me of that first track off of Pieces of a Man. Yeah, Revolution will not be televised. This is why we cannot afford to close an open casket. You protect no one by a spectacle of black death. And what's the solution to the problem? Ooh. Love that. That delivery, the way it rolled off. Oh. I'm loving those backing vocals too. Oh my goodness. Very like sci-fi focus of this LP. Very alien and cult-like perhaps. Loving this sense of like protest in his performance here. Very revolutionary. You know, he sounds like a revolutionary is what I mean.
Barrels of uranium leaking into something sacred. It is a word used to delegitimize your arm as a pact that the world never kept. Cause and effect, the rejoice and regret. Promise a pact that the world never kept.
Love that chant. Really great performance. This has like a I don't know, almost like an 80s flair to it, 70s flair. Not sure what it is. Love the synth work on here is very sparkly, you know, and very vivid. Oh, there's that nice bass line. As we transition, a smooth, clean transition to Before the Water Gets Too High. This is nice and laid back. Nice kind of like lo-fi sound to this one. Ooh. Speaking on homelessness here. Like an impending doom in these lyrics. Something about this production, maybe a bit of a weird connection, but it reminds me very King Gizzard-esque, you know? If they went a bit more of a punk route, wouldn't be shocked if they did one day, but it certainly has like that flair to it in the production. It feels very crisp, kind of retro, yet still new and fresh. I think this is about climate change too. To which fate have these gatherings fell? What's it worth all the money we made? Floating idly in a newborn lake, far above financial centers. Cities sink like market. And like a collapse of capitalism too. That evil dollar sign. Ooh. Oh, very much a leftist track. That was a great track. Easily the best track so far. Super lo-fi, laid back, great message all tied within. Very retro kind of finish on top of it. Incredible track. Here's Mardi Gras Beads. Nice kind of sunny, happy-go-lucky finish to this. What is this, like a depressed Beach Boys? Oh, I love that, those harmonies, those vocals. Oh, I like that tambourine. A very light track this one is. Ooh. Perhaps there's a sad sort of, background to this idea. Maybe like partying and enjoying a good time in the face of danger, in the face of society. And here, smiling all the while, the paint chips off my Mardi Gras beads. Kind of, echoing that idea of a good time over top of an overall bad time. Certainly not a strictly punk LP so far. Definitely leaning a lot more into just like indie rock, but still I'm liking the punk finish, tying all together. Another great track. I love how light that one was. It was very simple. It was very kind of cute, despite the message seeming still slightly depressed. Here's Almost Had to Start a Fight / In and Out of Patience. Ooh. What a kickoff. Getting a lot more punk here, for sure. Love that delivery. Very abrupt and in your face.
Someone tell me the reason. I'm in the chaos dimension.
Our drummer here too is fantastic.
I
believe it's Max Savage. Savage on the drums.
If it stops, I'm having a bad dream.
Ooh. Here we are switching over. A good time this one is. Oh my goodness. Super upbeat and catchy. Well produced. Oh. Kind of remind me of Jeff Rosenstock, but more indie rock focus,
Having an unshakable nightmare.
And like a little bit of a garage rock flair too. Nice kind of blend of multiple genres, really.
If it stops, I'm counting on you.
Wow. This production, this LP, super clean. And he's announcing Freebird 2, which any connection to Freebird 1 as in the classic Leonard Skinner track? Is this their unofficial sequel? Ooh, I like how low-key this one is. It's very... This one's much more chill, very relaxed. About a drug user, perhaps? Man, I've got nothing to add about this track. I feel like I should be saying more, but man, I'm just loving the grooves of it. I'm loving the just beautiful nature of this track. Freebird 2, who knew? Is this living up to Freebird 1? Let's not get crazy here. That solo's insane, but this is a great track, though. And those chants, almost choir-like. Feels free. Maybe just like letting go on this track. Great track. Incredible. Here's Normalization.
Of what goes on.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. Kind of like almost like 90s breakbeat. Am I crazy? What is this? Heavy use of effect work.
Curious, wondering, of human sympathy, normalization, prefab experience, immunization, perceived autonomy.
Almost like a loss of identity, maybe? Loss of individuality? I don't know. A lot of ideas kind of being put forward here. Really stripping things back here. We're floating in space. That one was very snappy, quick track. Very direct. Here's Back to Earth. Oh. Really leading into that sci-fi element. I feel like we are descending from space back to Earth, like the track suggests. Oh. Very, kind of muted, monotone delivery. I love that. That guitar feeling very tropical. We are floating away with this track. Oh. Seems to be maybe about the harshness of reality, and finding an escape through the act of love. Am I taking this too literal? Spend all your money at the casket store, maybe working towards retirement? Am I grasping here? Either way, great track, very spacey. Beautiful production throughout. Incredible track. Man, so vivid each one here is. Here's Wide Awake. Ooh. A lot more upbeat here. Kind of a disco-y sense to this one. Oh. Kind of remind me of the band Yard Act, if you're familiar. Their kind of post-punk dance fusion. Oh my god, this one is incredibly groovy. Ooh. It's like our coach is waking it up. That guitar too, just cutting through the groove. Oh. Some like rattly steel drum work too. Very diverse instrumental. And these synths glitching around the mine. Incredible track, super danceable, super fun, super groovy, kind of disco fused, very diverse instrumentation, well polished. Wow, is all I have to say. That is an incredible title track, man. And it's on like the back end of the album too. Perks you up, incredible. Feels like a solid, great track to use for like a montage, you know, in like a movie. Here's NYC Observation. This one quite short, only a minute and a half.
Something to rely on, something you get minus for.
Trying to reach out to a dream, maybe?
Is it a swan song? While you have itself. There are places in it to lay low and stay clocked out. Some things you just can't ignore.
Whoa. And that one was quick and very punk. Right into extinction. Oh. Love the way everything comes together. A bit of a country flair on this one too. It's in that guitar. I'm loving every track on this LP so far. That is another great track. Very fast paced, very in your face, very punchy. Here's Death Will Bring Change. A lot of themes of death throughout this record. A very depressing record beneath the very danceable, groovy surface.
I found peace in my selfish ways. My yesterdays were erased.
I love those muffled. Hold on. Wow. I don't even remember what I was saying. Bringing in a kids choir. What are we, Pink Floyd?
The bottom of this well.
like that gentle beat kind of tethering us. Very warm sound to this record, a very kind of comforting, beautiful sense of production. Is this like a track about depression, perhaps? Bottom of this well is rich with bitter water. Maybe there's like a depression deep within the protagonist or the singer here. And death will bring change. Kind of keying in that suicidal tendency. Am I wrong in this? Am I completely misguided in the lyrics here? I don't know, but either way, this is a great track. Very melancholic while having incredible production. But it's still going. A little chitter chatter of the band.
Do the whole thing.
Let's go to the last track here, Tenderness. Close it out. Oh, piano? Frank Lacrosto on piano here. Hold on. Pause. Wait. Pause. Big hip hop guy I am. Yet I had no idea production on this LP was hindered by none other than the Danger Mouse, an incredible producer. Kind of came up 2000 specifically with Doom. But also has a great LP with Black Thought that I'm forgetting the name of. Boy, why am I forgetting the name of that LP? Cheat Codes. That's the name of the record. Anyway, Danger Mouse, incredible producer, has a great sound to it. And now I can understand why the production of this album in itself is so incredibly punchy, beautiful, warm, retro. That's all Danger. Here's Tenderness.
We've come to replace your clocks. Oh, these are your nerves. This is how they take. Well, I can't count how many times I've been outdone by nihilism.
And we all.
And the mods that splits an open heart into a schism. I cower at the thought of other people's expectations, and yet still hand over mine to them.
The hypocrisy, the irony.
Travel where you are. Leaking fumes, we crave, consume the rush. It feels fantastic, like power turns to mold. Like a junkie.
I love our singer. He has a great voice. Don't we all? Seems our nihilistic, depressed, cold character here, one that is suffering through the reality of our modern age. At the end of the day, like all of us, just needs some tenderness, needs some warmth, needs things to slow down. Which I think, with the opening of the track, talking about the speed of life, how things used to be slower and everything feels faster nowadays, kind of tying into the whole theme of modern anxieties and society going in a very colder, nihilistic direction. But here, he understands how important love itself is. Wow. I'm very glad we checked out this record today. I've got to say, it is an incredible album. Maybe not the most directly punk record that we've listened to this month. It's certainly a lot more blended, much more kind of focused on indie rock, garage rock, kind of like retro as well in its sound. It's not a strictly punk record, that's for sure, but it definitely has kind of punk flares to it. The vocals, for example, certainly feel very punk, with the kind of shouty performances that he does, and sometimes even his delivery on the much more quicker tracks, such as NYC Observation. But even still, punk stuff aside, removing the concept of this month to the side, I gotta say, this album in itself is just fantastic. It's super polished, it's super clean, it's super punchy, and like I said, very retro, all thanks to none other than Mr. Danger Mouse, who is an incredible producer, and I had no idea he was even behind this until the very end of the record. But it certainly makes sense, because he does have that very warm, calculated, just beautiful sound down at this point. Very soulful, even when it's not necessarily soul music. I don't know how he does it. Certainly just brings out the best qualities in music, it would seem. And on top of that, the record's themes of isolation, depression, our modern age with technology and nihilism and political kind of issues all about. This whole record feels very current, very ahead of its time, while at the same time very retro in sound. It is just a beautiful record, and I'm very glad we checked it out today, because it does feel very refreshing. We've listened to a lot of older punk records, and this feels like it takes a lot of the ideas, and you can see a lot of the connections to those classic post-punk records we've been checking out, such as Minutemen and such as Wire, and even such as Gang of Four. You can hear all of their elements, I would say, in this LP here, blended with some other genres as well. Especially the dance punk elements of Gang of Four record, Entertainment, which we checked out. I feel like you can hear some dance punk elements carried on through to Wide Awake. But that does it for today's video. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe to follow along and listening to more punk records. Only a couple more to go, and pretty soon we'll be heading towards December and doing a different genre. Of course, I will not announce that yet. At the end of the next video, I think I will reveal what that genre is, though, so stick around if you are interested. As always, though, my name is Randy Joe. I appreciate you watching, and I'm signing off.